Devin Shipper here, driver truck 3, third shift. Today we're going to be talking about our new RIT bag and bottle and our Fastboard for RIT. First we'll talk about the Fastboard and its components. The Fastboard's littered together with this utility strap that comes on the Fastboard itself. That separates from our RIT bag and tarp. And these are all stored together in the same compartments on truck 3, truck 90, and truck 1, which is the crossover compartment on the driver's side. We'll start at the head side of our board, our Fastboard. This would be considered our head end and our bottom or leg end. Starting up top, we have a 24-foot bailout bag with rope that is knotted over every 12 to 15 inches. So we can hook in with mechanical advantage and use for hauling. And that is carabinered right to the end strap of our Fastboard at the head section. Moving down, we have our first big carabiner. This is webbed through the inner of the board, and it acts as the head piece for the harness. This would come out and over the firefighter's head and split its SCBA bottle. Working down with one of the components that's Velcroed on, we have a pre-webbed and pre-looped section of webbing. This could be used for rescue, victim drag, or firefighter hauling as well. Down to the middle section, we do have an electronic box here, and this lights up. The whole board is filled with lights. This piece is siliconed, fully packed with wiring, and it is waterproof. Then working down to the bottom section, we have our other carabiner with our bull ring, which would be, again, pulled out. That is webbed through the middle of our board here, out in between the firefighter's legs, bringing that up and over together and meeting our large carabiner at our tri-link. You can hook into either the bull ring or the tri-link. Either will work in hauling situations, especially with zero visibility or other fire conditions needing to move quickly. One of the main differences between truck 1's board, which we're using here today, and truck 3's, in order to do vertical or horizontal raising and lowering, we would want to bridle our patient in on top of the already webbed harness. So truck 3 carries a red bag and blue bag of webbing right on the board. Red would go to the head, blue bottom, or vice versa. Really doesn't matter as long as the patient's bridled together. Truck 1 does carry extra webbing and a carabiner for those situations right on their RIT bag as well. Starting at the lower end of the bag here, there is a quick buckle. Once that's opened, the first thing that pulls out is a face piece. The spare face piece would be for if our downed firefighter has a malfunction with their face piece. On this second stage regulator, it is a soft touch button on the nose cup. So if you are moving over obstacles, this can get depressed and will free flow air by. So if we know our downed firefighter does not have a malfunction, it may be to our advantage to disconnect this from its high pressure line, so we're not bumping this in free flowing air once our cylinder is turned on. Our next component is a URC hookup for giving our downed firefighter air to equalize their cylinder. This rides on the outside of truck 1's bag, as you can see right here, and is webbed through with Velcro. That can be quick pulled. The spare SCBA cylinder that is to be used for URC connection is Velcroed inside the bag, so it should not come dislodged very easily out of this bag. There is a spare pressure gauge here, as well as the gauge on the actual cylinder itself. It has its own URC hookup for filling the RIT bottle if need be. at the end of our high pressure hose that connects to our spare SCBA face piece, there is a linkage that you can disconnect that spare face piece. It is a quick connect and disconnect, just like such. So that's how we would disconnect our spare face piece if we knew we did not need it. This also has a male and female adapted end on this high pressure hose. Going into this compartment of our RIT bag, there is our rope bag, which is 200 feet of small diameter rope that is fed through the bottom of our, or the top of our bag. This will free feed out and in, and it is removable just by a piece of Velcro and carabiner on both ends. This could be used for victim hauling, search line, or whatever use that may find necessary. Our cylinder does come out of our main component bag via Velcro if we do need to remove the whole cylinder itself. In addition to the rope, there is webbing and carabiner, extra webbing and carabiner inside our front pocket. And on the other front pocket, all RIT bags now have a side of wire cutters. Extra wedges as well. So now we've gotten to a point where we actually bring a victim and want to secure them to our Fastboard. This is how we will orient our firefighters, face down with our SCBA cylinder on top. First, we'll grab our giant carabiner here, and we're going to want to pull out and away from the board first, and then up and over. So that looks like out, up and over, splitting our SCBA cylinder and head. And we're not going to want to let go of that, especially in low visibility conditions. The next grab would be to find the firefighter's legs, reach between up and high in the board, and find our bull ring. Same as pulling on our large carabiner, out and away, then up into the middle. Connecting our large carabiner through our tri-link or bull ring and used for haul. We can tighten this up then at the end, the head end, by pulling the webbing strap as tight as possible. And it also will help if you have another set of hands to either hold on to your bull ring or your quick release tabs, pulling through. Making sure that our SCBA cylinder and head are still split so we can still get to our bull ring. Here we would be able to use this strap at the end, the head end of our board, for hauling horizontally, and then we could use our bull ring for raising vertically. And that pretty much covers how we will be packaging and transporting a patient on our Fastboard. So now that we've got our victim off of our board, we're going to need to decon it, put it back in service if need be. We're going to take out slack from our end pulling or hauling webbing. And to do that, we just depress our tabs, pull back with our large carabiner, and take out the slack from our webbing at the end. And to repack this, it's just folded over itself and run back through the middle of the board. And we'll pack underneath the midsection of the board just like so until our carabiner lines up with our webbing and our Velcro strap at the end. Same thing to put away our bull ring side and our lower end of our board. Gets folded back up over itself, repacked through the slots here in the middle, and Velcroed back to its leg portion.